So we are coming to the next situation. I hope you all can see by the image that there is some area which is left over around your house, or there is a free space which is present around your home. So how can we utilize that free space? I mean by the constructive way and not the deconstructive way. ये space को हम कैसे utilize कर सकते हैं? So the most common answers that I am coming up around is that we can plant trees, we can do the plantations, which is correct. So free space available hai. So best thing is to plant the trees, because trees are giving up the oxygen which is our requirement, and they also take up the carbon dioxide which is emitted by us. So trees will be the best thing to stand around us, or else we can start practicing yoga and meditation with group of friends, so that there is relief of the stress. So all that thing, various things we can do. Other one important thing is we can start keeping up some water, like source of water or something for the birds and the animals, or some food, some grains for the animals, so it becomes a dining space for them. So various things that we can do which are constructive, and then we can utilize it for a good purpose. Playing would again be, we can do that, but there's always a playground besides to play. This place can be given to the nature. So this is the cartoon which we were talking about, and let me tell you, this cartoon Shinchan ऐसा कुछ नाम है. So the cartoon has been banned 2008 में इंडिया में बैन हो गया है, सब जगह बैन नहीं हुआ है. And the reason why it was banned is because of the use of inappropriate language, because the cartoon is meant for the below 18 year of age or minority, and the languages which were put up into this cartoon, they were for the adults. So that is the reason why this cartoon is banned in India since 2008, and within a year it grew a good amount of popularity. But then because of the ill effects coming on the kids, they started practicing those bad languages, so it was banned for them. So literally quite easy thing, that your brother is studying in standard 12th, and it's exam time for him, so he is in great stress. So how will you help him to come out of that situation, to relieve his stress? So answers, you all already have many options. So the common thing that I can say for this is that we will try to call his friends up onto the home and try to give him a short break. And then what we can do is we can start practicing the hobby that he has along with him, so he gets a company, he starts yoga, he either way start doing the deep breathing meditations and all that. And plus the study should also go on. Nevertheless, we should not take a break and go to picnic or something, because it will hamper the study. And then after that, the most important thing is we will not let him miss his meals. In fact, a balanced diet is the most important requirement at this time. And to believe in himself, to believe in himself would be the most appropriate medicine for him. So what do you all feel, what is this? So this is the picture from the Caribbean, I guess. So this girl, lady was taking a selfie with the camel, and the camel did not like it. You all can see, probably that is the reason the camel is showing up the anger and trying to eat the head of that female, because the camel is not a selfie kind of person. So again, a situation wherein the selfie at the inappropriate location, at the inappropriate situation, can cause the worst thing to arise. So this is putting up the slide of excessive or overuse of mobile phone, or excessive use of technology. So the ill effects, definitely we have to talk about it, and how can we come out of the situation. As you all can see in the picture, everyone, most of them on the zebra crossing, or where are they walking, they only are not aware of, but they looks like they're kissing their phone. I don't know what is the picture all about, but it is animated, showing up that they are indulged into the phone even during the situation crisis time, that is road cross kar rahe bechare. So if a person is using too much of the phone, so the person becomes unaware about what is happening into the surroundings में क्या हो रहा है उसको वो पता नहीं होता है, because he is all into the phone. And then physical problems हो जाता है, जैसे कि headache होगा, there will be insomnia, that is lack of sleep, forgetfulness, that is he has a tendency of forgetting everything, headache हो जाएगा, tiredness हो जाएगा, lot of physical problems might arise. There is one problem called as a tinnitus. So if you all know, then you all can tell me what is actually a tinnitus. It's tinnitus. So let us not waste the time. Tinnitus literally means that the perception of noise into the ears. मतलब because इतना time phone में spend किया है कि once you keep your phone or earphone down, you still feel the voice around in your ears. ऐसा लगता है कि अभी भी कान में कुछ बज रहा है. So all these situations is because of excessive usage of the mobile phones, and they become self-centered. Self-centered is they only think about themselves. They are selfish, and there can be a problems with other kids. So their kids can be autistic, सेल्फिशनेस एंड जो बाकी है ये लोग क्या हो जाते हैं कि सेल्फिश हो जाते हैं. दे आर इनसेंसिटिव, इवन इफ एन एक्सीडेंट इज हैपनिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ देम, they don't care and they walk off like nothing has happened. And so all these things are the major problems, and because of internet, I can say 50% of the kids are indulged into the mobile phone addiction right now. During our time we used to get like I used to pay 200 rupees. मैं 200 रुपया देता था, which was the monthly rental, and in that I used to get 1 GB of data. 1 GB of data. और 1 GB of data मुझे कितने दिन के लिए मिलता था? That was for 1 month. So I literally had to use, even that time everyone we used to get 1 GB data, and that had to be utilized every month. Right now it is a case where we are getting 1.5 GB data per day. So this is per day. So every day what you using is more than what we use per month. इतने से कम तो हम एक मंथ में बिता देते थे. सो अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, दैट बिकॉज वी हैड लेस डेटा, सो वी हैड लेस एक्सेस टू इंटरनेट, सो not much of the time was spent in the mobile phones. So now it's yes 2 GB per day. बढ़ गया है जो भी है जिसका पैकेज है. बट वन रीजन वाई द किड्स nowadays are more involved in the phone is because of the free access to the internet, and internet has whole lot of stuff to entertain you around. So like you are already indulged in the phone because of one thing, I say, Mukesh Ambani. So now we are going to discuss about cybercrime. We are discussing about cybercrime. So now I say cybercrime, it literally means that something is related to internet. So the most happening cybercrime right now is the enclosure, or I can say is like we use the credit cards. We use the credit and the debit cards online. We enter the pin and password, and then many a times there are many cases going on right now that I haven't used my credit and debit card, still the balance is not there, so someone has taken the stolen the money on the internet. So any such kind of activity wherein the money is being stolen online, or a fraud is done with you online, so that all crime is called as the cyber crime. And the most important cybercrime would be the abuse of the credit card and debit card by some person because he gets the pin or the password. So there is hacking. So there is one thing called as the hacking of the website or hacking of the banking site, क्योंकि banking site के पास हमारे सारे डिटेल होते हैं, and if the website of the bank only is hacked, so no one can save us from that. Then there is a fake account. One thing which is very common for you all is the fake account being made by the some boys by the name of girls. ठीक है, तो फेक अकाउंट बहुत ज़्यादा बनता है फॉर द चैटिंग पर्पस और फॉर सम मिस्चीवियस एक्टिविटीज. सो दीज आर वेरियस एग्जांपल्स ऑफ द साइबर क्राइम. वन ऑल्सो वेरी कॉमन थिंग इज selling the One also very common thing is selling the product. We are selling the product at very low price, selling product at very low price. So whenever you are selling a product at very low price, that can attract a lot of people. और क्या होता है कि we see a product is the product is quite cheap, so we tend to buy it और हम उसका पेमेंट कर देते हैं ऑनलाइन, but the next moment we see that the account is blocked and my money is gone. So these are the various cyber crime situations. So I hope you all have understood about the cyber crime, the problems with the cyber crime. Anything happening online with your money or with your situation or with your even an use of your photo or video without the permission is a kind of cyber crime. So how can we prevent the cyber crime is my question. कि साइबर क्राइम को हमने अगर प्रिवेंट करना है या कम करना है, फॉर माई प्रोटेक्शन, सो व्हाट आई कैन डू. So for the prevention of the cyber crime, first of all, the most important thing is do not share the password of your bank account, of your credit, of your debit card, of your MasterCard with anyone. Like even if a person, this has happened many a time that a person calls on your phone and says that he is calling from the banking sector, he is from the bank and he needs to update the account, so he literally asks for the password. So bank already says that you don't have to disclose your password with anyone, be it banking personality, be it PM Narendra Modi, whoever. You don't have to share your password if you want to be safeguarded, or else the things will be worse for you. Second thing is always keep your account private. Now your social media, because this is increasing, the cybercrime is increasing more of because of the accounts being used by the public. So your account should always be private. You should always let in only those people who are quite close or known to you. So that is why account privacy is very much required. Do not share your personal information with anyone, that is where you stay, where which school you go to, which classes. Not to share with anyone who is unknown. You might come across a friend, a new friend who is asking all your details. See, always be quite conscious about things that you are doing, because that personal information can be used and that person will make a fake account by taking your personal information. Also, do not share your photos or videos with any person. I say that your photos and videos should always be protected in your vault and it should not go with everyone, because वो photo मिल गया, so people can use your photo by other name and they can make a fake account out of it. Video can be circulated everywhere. So all these informations are quite private and quite a thing which we are concerned, so we should avoid this. And don't share your photo and video with unknown. These are only few steps for the prevention. See, the crime is increasing day by day, so we have to be updated with what is happening around, and then accordingly we have to act. We have to be wise enough. ये 4 पॉइंट अगर हमने याद कर दिया, so this is good. But other than that, the crime is increasing day by day. We have to stay updated कि अब नया crime क्या आया है, and then accordingly we have to avoid it. Does anyone know what is the cyber crime unit? So this cyber crime unit, it is a part of the police department itself. तो ये करते क्या है? They always investigate the crime which is done online. So they do the investigation of the crime or the criminals who are using the online services to do a fraud. So the most common cases that they get and is that the cases from the banks. So बैंक से उन लोग cases लेते हैं and these are only the personalities. They only share the message with us कि बैंक से मैसेज स्प्रेड होता रहता है that do not use your mobile phone, do not disclose your passwords and all that thing. So all these things are taken care by the cyber crime unit. So these banking people who sends us the message कि ऐसा ऐसा है, किसी के साथ पिन डिस्क्लोज मत करो, किसी को अपना आईडी पासवर्ड मत बताओ, is actually a message which is circulated to them by cyber crime unit and then the message comes to us. So do not disclose your pin with anyone, or use your hand, or do not let anyone come inside while you are using your ATM machine. So while you are using ATM machine, do not let anyone come inside. So if you all can see, there is I have written the IT Act 2000. So this act was amended in 2000. 2000s were the time where यही time पे ज़्यादा internet और fraudster start हो गए थे, because this was the time when internet came into boom. So it was 17th October 2000. Particular date I am mentioning because this can be put up for the fill in the blanks, that on 17th October 2000 the IT act was made and it was implemented. And according to this act, if we find any criminal who is offensing, or who is using such kind of activities to lutify the people, so they can be sent behind the bars or an imprisonment of 3 years, or उनको फाइन 5 लाख रुपए का, or they can be have to pay a penalty of up to 5 lakh rupees. Again, this is a एग्जाम्पल, बट देन इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन हाउ सिवियर इज द क्रिमिनल ने कितना बड़ा क्राइम किया हुआ है, अकॉर्डिंगली द ईयर्स में ऑल्सो इंक्रीज एंड द पेनल्टी कैन ऑल्सो इंक्रीज. So this is the IT Act 2000, which was given by the Cyber Crime Unit. And let me tell you, Maharashtra is leading right now in this IT, because you all know that Delhi is our capital, but Maharashtra is also called as the financial capital. So more of the money is aggregated in Maharashtra. So the chances of cyber crime will also be more likely to attract into Maharashtra. So that is why what happens is, the Maharashtra Cyber Cell Unit is the most advanced in terms of technology. So good that we are in Maharashtra for that purpose. So we have this Salam Mumbai Foundation. So this is by the name we all can understand कि ये मुंबई के लिए कुछ तो भी है. This is something which is for Mumbai, and let me tell you, this is a foundation which is taking care of the kids who are indulged into the habits of tobacco. तो ये organization क्या करता है, it runs the program. ये अलग अलग schools और colleges में, mostly तो school going kids के लिए program arrange करता है, so as to make the kids understand the ill effects of the tobacco. इतना ये ध्यान देता है, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ये काम करता है into the slum areas, like you say Dharavi, you say Baikala, so all those area, because the chances of the kids getting involved in the tobacco habit is those kids who are not well privileged, who don't have a parents who can spend good time or give them a good lessons from the life. So पेरेंट्स अपने काम में बिजी रहते हैं, जो बच्चा है वो स्लम्स में घूमता रहता है, सो देर इज मोर लाइकली द चांसेस ऑफ गेटिंग इंडल्ज इनटू द tobacco habits. So this Salam Mumbai Foundation is taking care of those slum kids, to make them understand the ill effects, to help them to come out of all these things, to send them to places where they can understand actually what's happening around the world. ये सारे schools में ऐसा activities करते रहते हैं, and many activities they are doing it. And then since 2002 2002 से ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अलग अलग रूरल प्लेसेस पे काम कर रहा है और अर्बन प्लेसेस पे भी काम कर रहा है. मतलब इट इज़ नॉट लीविंग एनी सिंगल पॉइंट विच इज हैज़ टू बी मिस्ड. ये सब जगह को कवर अप कर रहा है, एंड द ओनली मोटो इज दैट to make our kids free of the tobacco and the wrong advertisement. So because what happens is, people see the heroes, the actors, actresses smoking cigarette, so they feel that this is something good, so there is more of the tendency of getting diverse towards that habit. So all such practice should be stopped. And you all know nowadays movies में लिख के आता है, if anyone is smoking or drinking alcohol, so it's mentioned at the movies at the bottom that smoking is injurious to health and alcohol is injurious to health. But 10 years down the line, before it was not written in the movies also, people used to smoke and drink, and no such quote was given. There was no parameter for the protection of people. तो हर सबको क्या लगता था, ये हीरो हीरोइंस, they are practicing all this kind of things, so they are big personalities, so even we should do to make this feel good. So all these wrong practices were going on, and this was being stopped by the Salam Mumbai Foundation. It is taking a good care of everything. So कैसा है कि इसने 200 स्कूल मुंबई के कवर किए हुए हैं, एंड 14,000 टोटल स्कूल ऑफ द महाराष्ट्र. सो स्टार्टेड विथ मुंबई, नाउ इट इज स्प्रेडिंग द विंग्स टू महाराष्ट्र ऑल्सो. अबाउट 14,000 स्कूल्स में लोग ने सर्वे, ये लोग ने कुछ ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स किए हुए फॉर द किड्स टू अंडरस्टैंड द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ द tobacco and दैट हैबिट ऑफ इट. So Salam Mumbai Foundation is taking care of around 14,000 schools all over Maharashtra. Unified movement against the tobacco. So this unified movement against the tobacco is we come together and then we stop the tobacco practice. So ये movement start हुआ था. ये this movement, I'll tell you, this was quite impressed by the activities done by WHO. तो WHO के guidelines के हिसाब से ये movement बना था. So it has been started by 45 different well known organizations. ये मूवमेंट किसने किसने स्टार्ट किया? WHO ने. टाटा ट्रस्ट, यू नो, इफ यू नो, टाटा इज रनिंग इंडियाज बिगेस्ट कैंसर हॉस्पिटल. टाटा के पास जो कैंसर हॉस्पिटल है, इट्स देयर इन खारगर, इट्स देयर इन वाराणसी, इट्स देयर इन lower parel. So Tata has the biggest hospital against the cancer, and the best doctor in India works under Tata Trust. So Tata is continuously fighting against tobacco, also treating the patient. So they keep on, these good people, Tata, WHO, they keep on implementing various rules and regulations so that the kids don't get into this habit, and it is active for controlling the tobacco consumption and also against the ill effects of the tobacco. So this is just a simple thing that I explained you all, that WHO ने ये movement चालू किया है which is against the tobacco.